will be increased global competition for the student body in California, absolutely. And if we continue to fail to underserve them because we're stuck in, I would say, archaic regulations and accreditation procedures and can't agree on those, then I believe other states have a good chance do what we don't do. And it's what Governor Brown is after.
I'd like to just enhance on Sebastian's point regarding quality of different online programs, because I think it is the case that a lot of online programs have had a bad reputation for quality, and in many, perhaps not all, but in many of those cases that's been justified. And I think what we're trying to do here is twofold. First of all, we are leveraging new insights in pedagogy and cognition and neuroscience so as to create a better learning experience for students that exploits the advantages of the online medium, and that provides a better learning outcomes to students. That's one part of it. The second part, which might not be quite as obvious, although I think Sebastian alluded to it previously, is that by making these classes open, which they are, and you have all of a sudden a worldwide audience of 50, 100, 150,000 people, then a lot of sort of natural incentives that instructors have had to teach online as the kind of thing they do in their spare time, and they don't really want to do it, they're not motivated to do it, they don't really care how good it turns out. Now all of a sudden it becomes something that's your reputation out there at scale of hundreds of thousands of people, and you start really caring about the quality, and we get such passion and commitment on the part of our instructors. People spend hundreds of hours really trying to refine and hone the content because they know that it's their face out there in front of so many people. So I think we're getting a lot of bang for the buck from that.
Yeah, the thing that struck me was that they were public universities that were doing massive national advertising, and it's kind of mind-boggling. I mean,
Let me, just briefly before you wrap up this panel, take the flip side of what Jonathan was talking about earlier and pose the question about the relationship between the, quote, private online providers and what the state's trying to do with their UC initiative and the CSU initiatives and others, and I know we'll hear from that panel next, but given the state's track record of implementing major technology projects, should they be in this business at all? I mean, is there a role to play, or can the private sector do this?
That's the panel.
Well, we should get both sides of the question, right?
You guys can take a swing at a fat pitch, can't you?
That was a Tim Lincecum change-up, Jonathan.
Mr. Chairman, I think that there is, given the access issues and the lack of availability, I think Commissioner Ellis said it right. There's clearly, and the first speaker said this as well, you know, there's a lot of demand and not enough seats, period. There never will be enough seats to meet the demand. The online offers the scale, and the question simply is, you know, who can provide the necessary platform to meet that scale in a way that is quality. Is there a role for the state? In this, I would probably say there's a role because our institutions, as just been mentioned, really are, in essence, the owners of intellectual property. I mean, we have the best professors anywhere in the world in all of our institutions ready and able to teach. The question is how those worlds come together and what's the deal to make it all come together. And it's really centered on that particular credit, I think, as we start to think about that.
You're learning more than me.
Okay. When we were making